You know, I think we don't see things that are happening with us in our lives. And I was talking to a few people and I said, what are those things? What bothers you? And what are some of the things that we are afraid of? And sometimes what we're angry about, we're afraid of. What are we angry about? What are we afraid of? We're afraid of becoming unhealthy. We're afraid of getting something that we can't get out of. We're afraid of money situations that we can't solve. We're afraid of getting older and not having security. We're afraid of how we're going to take care of parents if something goes wrong. We're afraid of death. We're afraid of losing people that we love. We're afraid of losing that job at the wrong place and at the wrong time. What do we do? Everything that you deal with in life is not just practice, but it is preparation for the next step. I think we have taught people for so long that real faith is about avoiding storms, about being able to speak wonderful words and make storms disappear. But Jesus, who is one of the greatest teachers ever, didn't always speak to storms to make them go away. Sometimes Jesus walked through them and ignored them. Sometimes you don't just try to make them leave. You learn to ignore them and walk through them. Either way, the storm is of no consequence. What can I say about life today? Everywhere we look, pick up the newspaper. Now it's not just the newspaper, but we turn on our cell phones, our iPads. CNN pops up, the Washington Post pops up. Something is always going on. And we feel challenged everywhere. Sometimes the opportunity to go higher is in what we've been doing all along. Just preparation. Don't get discouraged. Don't get bent out of shape. Because a lot of what you deal with is preparation. The road signs. Your life, your best life, is up ahead of you. Don't give up now. I believe that thing that you really desire is right around the corner. And I think you're ready for it. Yeah. Make the shift. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button. Smash it, crash it. Let us know you're there. Hello, I'm Ed Montgomery. Welcome to After Dark. After Dark is not just about after darkness, but after dark is the fact that we go through dark in order to get to light. In other words, nothing remains in the dark. Light comes and opens things up for us. So, like they always say, you can't hold the truth back. The truth will always come out. The light will always shine. Well, that's true. After dark is what we would say, weeping can only endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. So I'm Ed Montgomery, Dr. Ed Montgomery, AKA, and I'm the pastor of Abundant Life Center and the Abundant Life Cathedral over the years, for the last 40 years, and spiritual director for Abundant Life Center here in Katy, Texas. And this particular, now, if I seem to be wavering back and forth, it's because I'm going to be honest with you. When they said, let's tape this tonight, I tape it because I'm in the studio. And I'm in the studio because I'm in the studio all night. I'm in the studio after dark because I live in Houston, Texas. So, of course, many of you know that there was a storm here and all the power was out. So there were people who may have been called from your community up north, down south, and different other places to help Houston get this power back on. So I was waiting on the power to come back on. I just knew it was going to come back on. I said, waiting for the power and waiting for the lights to come back on. So the first day was fine because the temperature after a hurricane or tropical storm is cooler, so the coolness didn't go away. Everything was fine. I said, oh, this is not bad. And then I was there the next day or so, and about this last day, I was there, and it was fine in the morning, but then it got toward the afternoon, and all of a sudden, that 97-degree heat started rising after a hurricane. And I mean, it came and it hit just like that. I tell people all the time, do not wait till the last minute. We were in Hurricane Harvey at the last minute and had to be rescued by a boat. And this time, I'm in the house, and the heat hits, and I mean, it hits. So when you go outside, it's like walking out of an oven into an oven. So I got in the car, turned on the air conditioning, just sat there until we got a hold of somebody, and they came and, hey, let's go to the studio. Let's go to the building where we tape, our Sunday morning events at 11 o'clock a.m. services are held. And so I decided, okay, I'm here. So we were waiting on the lights to come back on, but the lights didn't come back on. So I'm here at the studio, and so I just took a pillow and a blanket, and I decided just to go ahead and just lay on the couch and stay here at the studio after dark all night long, and we'll see what happens in the morning. So I've got a little Gatorade and some water, and I don't know what else. What did I eat? I don't remember. I don't remember what I ate. But I went to Arby's. Oh my God! I'm gonna tell you what I had. They have a turkey sandwich. It's a turkey sandwich with bacon. I think it's avocado on there, or is it ranch? I'm not sure. But I was pretty surprised. Got some seeds in the bread, so we were there for that. I got that, and they half of it, and it's pretty filling. So I'm here, and so we just having a conversation. And some of you, of course, have been. We're in this by the time I'm talking. So if I look a little scraggly, it's because this is after dark, and I don't, have all everything to, kind of make you look what you're supposed to look like, I guess. But all week long, of course, I'm not airing this for people to watch it because if there's no power in the house, there's nothing to watch. So this is coming on a little bit later on. One of the things I wanted to talk about, and that was the thing they've been talking about about President Joe Biden, and about him being too old to be the president of the United States, and because of his speech. That he had a bad speech, he had a horrible speech. Of course he had a horrible speech. But he was trying to remember a bunch of facts and a bunch of data that evidently his preparers had helped to put it in his head. And he said he had a cold, he had some things wrong, but that's a lot of facts that go on. And of course, the other debater that he had to deal with was not talking about what he would do for the country, but just talking about how bad the country is. But if there's one thing that I have learned about government and spirituality, because spirituality is also government. You have to learn how to govern yourself spiritually. And even in leadership, in pastoral things I've been doing. I've been a pastor over 40-something years and been teaching spiritual things for over 50 years. And one thing I've learned is that you cannot do any of these things by yourself. A president is not a one-person celebrity. I noticed this about America. America loves celebrity and celebrityism. They love the fact, I firmly believe that if the former president had not been on The Apprentice, I don't think he'd be in the position that he's in right now. When somebody's on television, people, oh wow, yeah, they were on television. Well, they must be telling the truth, or they're a movie star, they must be telling the truth, or they're primetime athlete, they must be telling the truth, because America seems to be drawn to this star thing, that if you somehow shine what we think above other people, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with it. But if some people see you that way, then they have a tendency to also see that or think that you have the intellect or the smarts about everything just because you happen to be considered successful in becoming a celebrity or becoming a star or having a hit television show or having a hit record, hit movie. Then if you had a hit, you must be somebody special. But I'm going to tell you something that most people don't really know about these kind of things. Just because you happen to be at the top of your particular game right now, whatever it is that you do, whether you're in business, whether people are in politics, whether they're in music, whether they're in music production, and we look at them and say, oh wow, they must have all this business sense and so smart and they're this and they have all the accolades, and not realize that sometimes how they got there was just dumb luck. Yeah, I said it. I said luck. Church people have problems with the word luck. Luck doesn't bother me. Luck is just an opportunity. And if you're prepared and an opportunity comes your way and you happen to be in the right place at the right time, and that luck or that opportunity hits you, I believe these things are all around us. I believe that these forces, opportunity doors, are all around us. Opportunity doors, say opportunity doors, or doors of opportunity. I believe they're flying past us at light speed. We don't see them, we don't notice them. But every now and then, but if you prepare yourself, say in the field of education, in the field of politics, in the field of ministry, sometimes what you prepare yourself for will, in music, if you prepare your voice, if you work on it, if you do these things, then when the opportunity comes and preparation, bam, hits opportunity, which some people can call luck, then you can have an outcome, a brilliant, beautiful outcome. But everybody does not reach the same celebrity level as others. But that does not mean you're not a celebrity where you are. There's something that we teach called the parable of the talents. One person was given 5 talents. One person was given 2. One person was given 1. It didn't mean that the person who was given 5 was better than the person who had 2 talents, or the one with 2 is better than the person who had 1. It just says it was given to them based on their particular preparation or their ability. So that when the opportunity hits, the one with 5 talents turned it into 10. One with 2 turned it into 4. Now, the one with 1 could have turned it into 2, but instead chose to bury it. That's what the story is all about. And the burying of that talent symbolizes failure. Failure is something that a person induced themselves. So, but just because somebody recognizes your name or sees you and says, oh wow, and then PR picks it up, marketing picks it up, because all of these things are involved. Or somebody feels, hey, they can make a certain amount of money off you, or maybe you believe that you can make a certain amount of money off this, and people begin to get your name, and you wind up on a TV show, you wind up in front of millions of people, you wind up with more clicks than anybody else. Kabam! All of a sudden, you're a star. But it does not mean that you are an expert in politics just because you play baseball, or just because you have a comedy show does not mean you're an expert in ministry or an expert in spiritual things. Everybody has their own particular opinion about things. It doesn't really become an opinion till you opine and bring it out into the public. But everybody thinks that because a celebrity does it, it must be good. Because a celebrity drinks it, it must be the best drink on the market. And the celebrity will say it's the best drink on the market. Why? Because they're trying to sell their drink. This is just the way the world works. People want a lot of clicks because a lot of clicks mean more opportunities. More opportunities, if you're prepared, can help you go through more doors. And when you go through more doors, more people can see you. And if more people see you and like what you have to offer, then, hey, you wind up a celebrity. But it's a celebrity in circles. I teach in my book, When Heaven is Silent, that it's like what faith is. Faith is like circle. I call faith faithing. It's like a journey that we take. It's like one circle and a larger circle and then a larger circle. And one circle, when we break out of it, we move into the next circle, which is a larger circle, which we learn more things. Once we get too big for that, we break out of it and we move into a larger circle. It's like being birthed from the womb. It's like when you had the baby at 9 months, and after the baby comes out of that small circle into the larger world, which is a larger circle. And there's a larger circle than that, which is what we call the spiritual or eternity, another world or the spiritual dimension. And once you learn your lessons and understand earthly things, you then grasp and touch spiritual things if you're ready to take those journeys. But just because you're in different circles or sizes of circles does not mean that you're less of a star. Everybody is a star in their own circle. Even if you are a star in the circle of your own mind, that's where it starts. And sometimes you just get prepared to do what you do, to reach who you want to reach, to talk to who you want to talk to connect who you want to connect with. And if that audience likes what you're doing, hey, you can wind up a celebrity in your own circle. But it doesn't mean that because I'm a business person, I'm going to be good at running the country. Because here's the bottom line. The president is not the only person who's running the country. As a matter of fact, it's not, we think the president is the person, he runs the country, pushes all the buttons. But the president has people around him or her that's saying, sir, if you push that button, A, B, C, and D can happen. Sir, if you push this combination of buttons, D, E, F, G could happen. How can it happen? 60% D, 70% E. And the president has to sit there and make decisions. And usually a president makes decisions not between a good and bad, but usually between bad and bad. Tough time and tough time. Slam to the wall between dead end and dead end. Because it doesn't get to the president's desk unless it's, hey, there's no other choices. What are you going to do? But you need good people around you, and you have the good people who help you do what you do. So when we elect presidents, we're looking for people who also have good teams around them. Who do you connect to? What's around you? What group of people applaud for you? What do people say about you. And I'll be darned. You cannot understand this from one speech that a leader gives. You have to take the totality of something. Now, we were talking about whether or not the president's too old. The current president is too old. Maybe. Is he? He doesn't have the seemingly upbeatness that we want because we love that. We love the celebrity. We love the upbeatness. Is he just doesn't have it? Maybe he doesn't. But what we're looking for is how this country is being run right now. What's happening to your investments inside of your portfolios? What's happening to your investments in your 401ks? What's happening to those investments? Is the stock market taking it up? When it goes down, does it go back up and then back up and then back up? What's going on now? And you better be careful with that right now, because there are people in this country that love to take it down because they want to see this country crash. What are we looking at unemployment? Can you find a job? You may not get the best paying job you want, but can you find one that's something that can keep you occupied and putting a little cash in your pocket and a little coin in your bag until you're able to do what you need to do? What is there? I don't know. But I know this. I'm looking for people who are going to help me do what I do. That's going to make my life better. That I don't have to sit there and talk about how bad crime is in America, and you've never helped to fix it anyway. How bad the people are. How horrible certain people are in America and making our country better. We need to take our country back again to make our country better again. America, so America can be on top and not on the bottom, win and not lose. Listen, let me tell you something. America is people. People. You got to decide in your own circle whether you're a winner or whether you're a loser. What are you? What are you? Success, failure. What are you? Who are we looking for? This is not political. I'm just saying that one man doesn't run it all. What's behind the scenes? You start looking behind the scenes. Peek behind the curtain, you'll find out something about the wizard. That the wizard is just a man behind the covers and the curtains, pulling levers, amplifying their voice. Hear what that man behind the curtain is really saying. You'll be surprised what you're about to see in the future of this country. I'm done. I got to get back. I'm going to sleep. I'm bringing some people in here with me, so this is the first time that I've brought some folk into my prayer closet. I was going to do, we come before thee and we beseech thee, and knee bend and body bow, but you know I don't talk to you that way, right? They don't know that you call me Edward, so they just finished that show that we did, and it's a little different, but I'm hoping we reach some people. But listen, I'm just gonna be real with you. There's some folk in my life that you're gonna have to can you get rid of them? Okay, I knew you wasn't gonna do that, but I'm not talking about rid of them. I'm talking about, can you just kind of push them back a little bit? They're messing with me. Yeah, I know. I'm trusting you for so many things, so many places in my life that I need you in. And I know you can deal with you, I'm not alone, but sometimes there's loneliness. But with you, I can get through this. I'm at the point now that I'm just going to trust you with it. Can you help with the clicks? You know, Lord, I need algorithms. You don't mess with that, right? Okay. So you don't mess with the algorithm and you can't move those people. Okay. Well, at least I'm going to get a good night's sleep. Thanks for everything else. Couldn't have made it without you. Night, Lord. This room is filled with so much energy. It is filled with abundance everywhere I go, whether I'm in this room, whether I'm in this space, whatever it is, the space where you are, even though there is glass and plastic and Wi-Fi between us, actually we are in the same space. We are in the same place. We are in the moment of now. I want you to grab a hold of this now. First of all, thank you for your contributions. Thank you for your donations, but more than anything, thank you for your partnership, because that's what enables us to reach out and to connect with more people. Take a moment. Let your gratitude show. You can text or give 713-742-2035. That's 713-742-2035. Or you can go straight to myalc.org. That's myalc.org. And you can give. Press that donate button. It will take you immediately. It'll only take a couple of minutes. Or if you're old school, you can write a check. Slip it into an envelope and you make sure you put a stamp on it. And you can send it to Abundant Life Center or Ed Montgomery. It doesn't go into my pocket. It goes into the organization. It's the ministry. And you can send it to P.O. Box 772-300, Houston, Texas, 77215. Those are the ways to be able to send it. But once you send it, there's a way that will be made in your heart. First of all, it will be warm and loving, but it'll also open the doors for other people. And you can't beat that with a stick, as my granddaddy used to say. Thank you so much. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button, smash it, crash it. Let us know you're there.